gonna be honest here. This is a video I've been trying to get around to for a rather long time. I've had one of these products for longer than I care to remember. I wanted to wait until I had a chance to get more of the products from the line so I could do more of like a one-line wash day type deal. So that's what we're gonna do today. The product line is the Marc Anthony Repair Bond line. They don't have any stylers in this particular line. I do want to use a styler though, so I did pick up the Marc Anthony Strictly Curls Mousse as well, partially because so many people talk about this. I wanted to give it a try. So we're going to go ahead and get into this. If you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Lena and welcome to my bathroom. And if you do like wavy curly hair content like this, please do like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. So I am actually going to get into this first because I know not everybody loves this part of the video, so this way you could skip over it if you really don't care. All of the products from the Repair Bond line have some very similar ingredients to them that I want to touch on very briefly. The first and the most important is this does have dimethicones in it, so it does have those silicones. The first of them that's the higher up on the list is a PEG dimethicone, which does mean it's water soluble, so it's not one you really have to be concerned about building up on the hair. However, this does also have a bis PCA dimethicone. From what I could tell from looking it up, that is one of the ones that does stick to the hair more. However, at least with the shampoo, it does have sodium C14, 16 olefin sulfonate in it. That is a more clarifying ingredient. When you have a more clarifying ingredient in your shampoo, it's not as much of a concern to have that in there. But I believe all of the products from the Repair line have that in it, so just be aware. The other ingredients that are similar across the board with this is pretty high up on the list of all of these. They have rice bran oil. Then this does also have rosemary leaf oil, pretty high up on the list. And then there's also hydrolyzed quinoa, there's some vitamin E, there's some hydrolyzed vegetable protein, and beyond that, there's not really much else of note. The fragrance in this is pretty far down on the list, so hopefully for those of us who are a little more sensitive, it isn't quite as big of a deal. Like I said, those ingredients are in pretty much all of these. The ones that do vary are ones that just make them different products, so things like in the shampoo, you have your clarifying ingredients and things like that. So let's go ahead and get into the wash day itself. Moving into the wash day here, I hopped in the shower with my hair done very thoroughly and I went in with my first product, which is the Marc Anthony Repair Bond Daily Care Shampoo. They're saying this is for all hair types, and when I took this and squeezed it into my hand, the first thing that entered my mind was, that's thick. For shampoo, this is surprisingly thick. Not only that, but the appearance of it is more milky and white, which kind of surprised me because with the second ingredient being more of a clarifying ingredient, I kind of expected it to be a little bit clearer. However, I guess it doesn't horribly surprise me since it's supposed to help repair bonds in your hair and stuff like that, that it's going to be a little bit more on the moisturizing side. It's going to have more in it than just those clarifiers. Once I actually started working it in my hand, it did work down pretty easily. The smell of this product, and actually all of the products in the repair line that I have anyway, is really kind of like a light, sweet, perfumed smell. Beyond that, I don't have anything that stands out to me, maybe slightly vanilla-like. I don't know. It's kind of hard to put a finger on, to be honest. Like I said, I took this in my hand, worked between, then I started to apply it to my scalp and work it in. And I was kind of hoping that right off the bat, I would get a really good lather out of this. However, I did not. It has been probably about a week since I washed my hair, so I guess it's not horribly surprising that my hair was kind of gross. So I worked it in and really did my best to scrub with my fingers before rinsing and going in with a round 2. Definitely needed the round 2. As soon as I applied this to my hair the second time around, lathered so much better, and it was really much easier to work with in my hair, get it to spread, and really make sure it covered every area. So let's talk about this product just a little bit. It says that it reinforces and protects from the inside out, strengthens, hydrates, and smooths. Then on the back, I believe they all say a variation on this, but it says hair fibers made up of bonds that give it strength. Hair color, chemicals, pollution, heat, and daily styling can damage bonds, leaving hair weak, dull, and dry. From the professionals at Marc Anthony, the Repair Bond system is formulated with Rescue Plex, a complex clinically proven to rebuild and maintain damaged hair bonds. Hair is left moisturized, silky, soft, shiny, and healthy looking, and it helps produce color fade. During the second round of this, I did milk this through the length of my hair to help try to get it into my strands and clean the strands as well. Once I was done with that, I did wash it out very, very thoroughly before going in with my next product, which is the Marc Anthony Repair Bond Concentrated Hydrating Mask. Talking about this particular product, it is a very liquidy, thin consistency. When it comes to hair masks, it is definitely on the runnier side. Going into my hands, working between, it does have a very conditioner-y mask type feeling to it, really silky and smooth, and the smell is the same exact as the last product, that kind of light sweet smell. And so I applied this onto the left side of my head and started attempting to work this through. This does not have a heck of a whole lot of slip to it, I gotta be honest. I had to put a decent amount of work into detangling my hair. It wasn't like awful or anything like that. I've definitely had worse, but it was kind of Now, I do know that some hair masks or conditioners, if you just put it on your hair and then leave it and then detangle, that can help kind of soften those knots. So that's actually what I did on the right side after I finished detangling the left, was I just kind of glazed it over, worked it in as best I could, and then I clipped my hair up. Let's talk about what this is saying on here really quickly. It says, for dry damaged hair, reinforces hair from the inside out, deeply repairs, smooths, and softens. Like I said, it really kind of goes into the same thing as the other one, but it does vary when it says that it's proven to rebuild and maintain damaged hair bonds, including disulfide bonds. So those disulfide bonds are the harder bonds to repair. Beyond that, they're just saying this leaves the hair deeply hydrated and shiny and improves color vibrancy. When we talk about the instructions really quickly, they're saying after shampooing to leave it in for 3 to 5 minutes. I love me a hair mask that works in only 5 minutes because I rarely have time to put one on for 30 minutes. And then they're also saying beyond that, for thin, fine hair, to skip the conditioner when using the mask. So at this point, I had left this product in my hair for about 5 minutes. So I did go in then and try to detangle the right side of my head to see if this made a difference. It did not. It doesn't really make a difference on this product if you leave it in your hair for a while. So I spent the next couple of minutes working to detangle that side of my head, and then I did rinse it out. At this point, like I said, I was doing a wash now style later routine, so I hopped out of the shower, scrunched some of the water out of my hair. I did actually plop my hair while I got dressed so that it could help absorb some of the water. And then I went in with my last Repair Bond product, which is the Marc Anthony Repair Bond Repair and Protect Leave-In Treatment. That is a spray, which is good because that means it's very lightweight, it's very watery, and it's very easy to apply to the hair. You can either apply it to your hand and rake it in like I did here, or you can spritz it over your hair and then brush it through like I did going on further into the routine. Like I said, this is very lightweight, so spraying it in your hands, the texture of it is very light, very watery, very silky. It applies to the hair very well, has the same scent as all of the products in the line. So talking about the things they're saying about this, they're saying it again that it's for all hair types, that it reinforces hair from the inside out, it hydrates, defrizzes, and softens. Most of what they're saying on the back is again the same thing that they said on all the others. The place that this varies is it says this leave-in deeply conditions and protects. Hair feels revived, silky, and shiny, and this does provide heat protection up to 450 degrees, which is awesome. That's really nice. I love a leave-in treatment or a leave-in conditioner that gives you those heat protection qualities. Worked this all throughout my hair. I did go in with a brush. I scrunched with a towel just to make sure that I got any extra moisture out. I did actually personally blow dry my hair for about 5 minutes. I wanted to see what it looked like and what it felt like that night. And this is what it looked like. Overall, I was actually pretty happy with the way that it looked. For a hair routine that has no product in it, it looked very silky and shiny. It was very nice and soft, and it did actually have some definition down on the bottom. So overall, I was pretty happy with how this looked and how it felt. So let's go ahead and move into the styling. I'm going to go in with this mousse here and style my hair, but washing a style later routine. I washed my hair last night. My hair is dry, so I need to go wet it down really quick, and I will be right back. I'm back. My hair is pretty wet at this point. I didn't even bother squeezing any of the water out. I've split it into 3, and I'm going to go in and start styling. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to just take a little bit of this leave-in treatment, partially because it has that heat protectant. I wet my hair down. I don't know how much of this treatment stayed in my hair overnight, so that heat protection is going to be really nice. Yeah, that applied really easily to my hair. I'm not going in with a lot because I don't need a lot, and I am going in section by section. So I'm only going in with like a spray on each side and working that through. Now I'm going to go in with my next product, which is the Marc Anthony Strictly Curls Enhancing Styling Foam. So this is a hair mousse. I don't want too much because I don't know just how thick this is. Some hair mousses are really, really dense. Feeling wise, this feels very airy, soft. It's not just like super watery. It's definitely on the thicker side for a hair mousse. We're gonna go in on the other side. Smell wise, it's very lemony. It's very citrusy. So I'm gonna not use that because that's too much. Let's go in with my Bounce Curl Defining Brush and see how this works in my hair. I will say I can definitely feel this in my hair. It's not quite a flash drying effect, but I can feel it there for sure. Okay, looks pretty average so far. Yeah, so far so good. I mean, there's nothing amazing I'm saying about it, but it's also not scaring me or anything like that. So briefly, let's talk about what this says on it. They're saying this gives you extra hold, transform frizzy hair to full, shiny, defined curls, that it has vitamin E and silk protein in it. On the back, they are saying our team of style makers and beauty lovers travel the world to bring you the best ingredients and the latest trends to create a professional and quality product. Beyond that, they're saying hold that curl, soft and frizzy curls with lasting shine. Ingredients wise, this does have a copolymer pretty high up. We have polyquaternium 11. There's aloe leaf juice and panthenol, as well as that hydrolyzed silk. So we are getting some proteins as well as some hydrating ingredients in here. That's really all I'm seeing worth noting here. This is a silicone-free product. So for those of you who maybe are a little concerned about the Repair Bond line, because it does have those silicones, the Strictly Curls line, I believe all of them are silicone-free. If you would like to see me do a one-lane wash day with the Strictly Curls line, let me know. I'll see if I can get around to it. So at this point, I'm just going to work up through the top of my head. I'm going to finish styling, and then I will be back when my hair is styled and talk about the next step. So at this point, I am going to go in with a little bit more of this. Okay, now I'm going to go in to fuse my hair. I'll be back when it's probably about 85 to 90% dry. At this point, my hair is probably about 85 to 90% dry. There's definitely still a few wet spots, so I'm going to let it finish air drying the rest of the way. This does actually have a cast on it, so that tells me this mousse can give you a cast. Hopefully that doesn't mean that I put too much in my hair, but I guess we'll see. I am going to clip my hair up and away with these. These are just some clips I found on Amazon. They're not as big as the Curl Keeper clips that I normally use, but those ones kind of hurt my scalp, so I thought I'd try something a little different. So instead of 2, I need 4, but at least they don't hurt my head. All right. Now I'll be back when it's 100% dry. I'm back. It's been a couple hours now. My hair is 100% dry. The cast definitely softened up all on its own. There's really not even a hint of it left. So I'm going to pull my hair down, fluff it up, and see how it turned out. These are my final results. Let me give you a quick curl tour and then we'll talk about my thoughts. Let's talk about my thoughts on this. So starting off with volume, over here on the right side, it's really not too bad. It has some decent volume to it. However, here on the left, it's a little flatter than I'm used to. It's hard to say what's causing that, but I wanted to make note of it. Other things, the wavy areas that I get on top of my head actually has some pretty decent texture to them. So that kind of surprised me and I'm pretty happy with that. Down on the bottom with these curly areas, if we look at them, they do look pretty good. They have a lot of good texture to them and things like that. However, if I actually come in here and pick out a curl, they don't really have a heck of a whole lot of bounce to them. So my curls are just ever so slightly elongated, which you can kind of see by the length of it. It definitely looks longer than normal. And the bottoms of my hair look just a little bit scraggly. Now, some of that could be potential for a need of a haircut. It's been about 4 months for me, so I will kind of reserve my judgment on that. Frizz-wise is a little bit heightened. However, it is a drier time of year for me and it is really dry right now. And then the last thing of note here is the shine. It is really nice and shiny, and overall it does look really good. It looks really pretty, it looks really healthy, and it looks really shiny. I know I have a couple strands here and there that really just didn't do what they were supposed to. I think these ones, it's just because I actually did it away from my face instead of toward my face, and it never likes that. I should have known better. That being said, this Strictly Curls mousse does say that it's supposed to be extra hold, so I want to put that to the test. I'm going to come back tomorrow, see how this holds up into day 2, because when it comes down to it, longevity is pretty important, right? Especially when they're saying that it's going to give you a lot of hold. So I will be back. It's been about 24 hours now and I am back. I will say the last 24 hours has been a little bit harsher on it than normal. We did go out and run some errands. It was a little bit windy. And then on top of that, there was a lack of sleep last night and a lot of tossing and turning. So we'll give this the benefit of the doubt, but I am going to go ahead and pull this down and fluff it up and see how it looks. Here are my day 2 results, and I gotta say, to be honest, I'm kind of meh on it, at least the appearance of it. I don't love it. For day 2 results, meh. Like, it's okay, but my curls are really, really stretched out. Over here on the left side, it looks okay, but they are kind of scraggly down on the bottom. And over here on the right, it just looks scraggly and it looks really, really frizzy. Like I said, part of that could be related to the way I slept last night. Even with hair protection, a bonnet, a buff, things like that, if you're tossing and turning, that could still impact your hair. I will say I don't hate it. And the reason for that is because it does still have a lot of really good texture to it. So this could be really easy to refresh. I would just spritz it down with water. I don't know if I would go in with more product or not at this point, because I will say my hair does feel kind of producty. So there is potential that the results I'm getting here are actually more due to too much product. That being said, let's talk about my thoughts on these products and whether or not I would recommend them. Starting off, I do want to mention this because I think I forgot to mention this earlier on. The price range of all of these products is typically somewhere between $7 and $10, which is actually pretty affordable, and they're pretty available as well. Other things that I forgot to mention is there are actually a couple more products in the Repair Bond lineup. I didn't realize they existed until I started doing more research after filming yesterday, and I was like, oh crud. There's a conditioner. I intentionally didn't buy that one just because I didn't think I needed it. I personally would rather use the mask than the conditioner, especially because this mask really only has to sit in your hair for 5 minutes. Then there's also a hair serum, and then there is a hair cream as well. I don't think the cream is meant to be like a curl cream that's going to help improve your curl texture. Otherwise, I would have really liked to get that to see if that would help improve this. I think it's meant more for like smoothing and reducing frizz. Beyond that, let's talk about the ones that I have tried. I personally really liked this lineup. Like I said, it's really affordable, it's really available. The biggest downside is that dimethicone in it, so if you don't like dimethicone, this lineup is not for you. However, the shampoo does have that sodium C1416 olefin sulfonate that's going to help strip that out. So I'm not concerned about it because the shampoo is going to get rid of it each time I use this product lineup. Beyond that, the shampoo I really liked. I like a Bond Repair line that has a more clarifying shampoo. I want something that can strip everything out of my hair, so when I put a mask or conditioner or a leave-in treatment on it at the end of the routine, that those Bond Repair properties are actually going to be able to penetrate the strands instead of like having a hard time getting through the buildup that's in my hair. Not only that, but the shampoo doesn't leave your hair feeling squeaky, so it's cleansing without being like too cleansing. So I really liked that. The hair mask I really liked. I like that it only has to be on your hair for 5 minutes. It did leave my hair feeling super silky, really nice, and I really like the way it made my hair feel. I really like the leave-in treatment as well. I like that it is really lightweight. That is the main benefit of it. So if you're someone who's looking for like a leave-in conditioner that is more on the light side, it's not going to weigh your hair down, this is a good option, especially because it does have that heat protection in it. So it's a really good kind of priming product to start off your routine with. So that's one that I would definitely recommend. The Strictly Curls Mousse, I'm going to have to do a little bit more experimenting on, so I really would like to do a separate video where I do a one-line wash day with the Strictly Curls. For me personally, I'm not in love with this mousse, at least not as kind of a one and done styler. The right side of my head looks okay. It doesn't look awful. It still has a lot of really good shine, and like I said, it has a lot of really good texture to it, but I do have a lot of frizz and things like that. That being said, I would like to try that more, and let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below if you've tried any of these products and what your thoughts were on them. If you like content like this, please do like and subscribe. I post a brand new video almost every single Friday, so hopefully I will see you next time.